Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans here with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here live. Make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube, which is right down here below. And the beauty of watching on YouTube is you can watch it on a big screen if you want. I mean, who knows whether or not if you'd want to do that. Or welcome to my Facebook page. I really do appreciate it when people do join me. It humbles me, and it also makes me go from day to day and do my lives when I do my presentations. So welcome to Technique Tuesday. I think I know I've said this before, and I'm not sure if it's your favorite, but it's a technique Tuesdays that I come on and I make a card using a technique. And, it's funny because I thought I had done this technique before and I haven't. I know somebody went and said a couple of times, have said, oh, it looks like that technique. We are going to do the collage technique. And there's many, many different ways that you can do this technique as well. Now, remember that this is part of a live presentation. So if I am talking with different people as we go along, that's all part of the live. And if you don't like that, you can just watch it on replay and you can scoot on by. So welcome to Janet and to Leona. And oh my goodness. Yes, Janet, I know, I don't know what it's like in Ontario, but I hope you're not in where it's been so rainy and so many floods. It's just awful there. And then we've got the dry where we're going to probably go through a drought. So that's kind of sad too. All right. So Technique Tuesday, after tomorrow at 9:05 on my Facebook page, which is the link is down below here, I post this PDF file that you can download. Now, this happens to be episode number 113. And like I say, I will have the picture of the card that I've done. This is a spot where you can put your sample or a picture of your sample. Excuse me, I do the measurements of the card, and I will tell you when I say notes, there's different parts of that. And I'll also put a link to this this YouTube channel here. So that really helps. But this technique is amazing. You can use a lot of different stamp sets. So these are some of the ones that I'm thinking of using today. I'm going to use this. We're probably going to use the words from that. There's no actual ones that have words that are appropriate that would work for this. I'm probably might even use this lovely and sweet, and I can use the of art and texture. So you can combine an awful lot of different stamp sets to get that look. Now I'm going to do this up just a little bit different because I seem to have problems when it comes to doing certain techniques. I can't do it the way that people say to do it, or I find techniques that are like artist techniques. So so there's a lot of adapting to it. So I am going to use a watercolor paper. This is that Fluid 100 paper. Just moving my drink out of the way because I'm sure that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lose it. Now, the beauty of this is I'm using this on the glass mat so I can get it wet. I have it in a spritz bottle. I just have some water and I want to get kind of a watercolor wash behind there. Now, whether or not if this is going to work, I don't know because I haven't tried it. I've been out and about today and it's been a great day. So I'm just going to come in actually and let's put a tiny bit. Let's just get a wash going here. This happens to be, it's not Summer Splash, it's Calypso Coral. So I'm just going to get a splash just in the back, and that's just going to give us a bit of a background. And we got a few, I don't know what that is, but it looks like filaments from something. So we'll just leave that like that. And then I'm also going to come in and I think I'm going to use, I don't know how this is going to work, but I do like these colors to get, you know what, maybe I'll use Fresh Freesia. So this one, just going to get some color in there and see, I that's what I've got is I've got, ooh, that's going to be awfully muddy by me doing that. I'm just going to clean off this this brush there, and let's see. You know what? I'm going to go in and just take a paper towel and just sort of clean off this part here because I don't want it to be a muddy look in there. Hello, Laura. All right, so let's go ahead and now I could do this with, I could put some reinkers in there as well, but I'm just going to come in. So that's still giving me a bit of a dirty look. You know what? I am going to use the reinker on here. Now, I'm trying to do this with soft colors. And just to let you know, usually when you do a collage technique, it's usually in more neutral tones. But I kind of wanted to brighten it up a little bit. Didn't want to brighten it up too much because in the past, geez, what color is that? I'm sure that's fresh freesia. Yes, it is. I've been using so many bright colors that I thought, you know, it'd be kind of nice to just use some subtles on here. So just going to just taking the water out of there. And let's just get a bit of water on there. Like I say, I'm not sure how this is going to look. I know I have a vision of how I want it to look in my head. Whether or not if that's how it's going to look, I don't know. Now I'm going to come in and because I'm going to be stamping on here, I don't want this part wet. So I'm just going to come in and we're just going to dry off this watercolor paper. Like I say, not too many colors in there, just very, very subtle. So, but like I say, I'm going to use a whole pile of different stamp sets and hopefully it's going to turn out the way I want it to turn out. If it doesn't, well, Garbage Can likes a lot of projects as well. So, all right, so let's just go in there. Now, usually on collage, you always usually have printing, and that's the hardest part that I think was the hardest part to find for this. So I'm coming in with this, which happens to be Spotlight on Nature. And like I say, I'm going to use a lot of very, very more of the subtle color thing. And I'm going to come in with this one. And this is the Soft Sea Foam. And I'm just going to stamp a leaf. And we'll just put that one there. Like I say, I'm going for a real subtle type look in here. And the other color that I thought I could use would be the Fresh Freesia, of course. So I'm coming in like I say, there's certain words that you can use. This one here would lend to some, that would work for some words as well, but also so will this and the day after that and the day after that. So I'm actually going to go put this onto a block and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. I'm just going to come and I want to make sure I've got it going the right way. And I'm going to use, I think I'll use the Fresh Freesia. And I just want to see. Okay. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to, because I don't want this whole words to show. So I'm just going to come and we're just going to put those on there. Like I say, we're going for a real subtle look. And they can go random. Hello, Regina. Wow, all the way from Australia. Hello, Kay. All right, so we've kind of got that going. See how we've got that going there. Now we want to have some darker colors in there. So I'm actually going to come in with my smoky slate and I'm going to use this thatch thing here. So we're just going to just go in. It looks like I think I'm going to have to get some more color in there. So we've got that. Let's use the Coastal Cabana. Now that was that thatched one. Now I have another thatched one. You know what? I think that one came from there. So this one is actually coming from the Spotlight on Nature. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Now we should have some other colors in there as well. All right, so we can also go, and this happens to be, you know what? I think I could get away with some Highland Heather on here. But this Art of Nature might be an interesting one to go ahead and do stuff on with. Like I say, we're kind of all over the page on this particular one because we want to make it, oh, excuse me. Ah, dear. All right, so let's go ahead and just put some of this on there. Ooh, that's kind of almost, that's making it look more collagey to me. Okay, let's just put some of that just over here. And I think this one would go very well. And I think we can put blotches or splotches in there. I know it. Am I doing too much with it? I don't think so. I'm almost wondering if we should go with the Summer Splash to get some. Oh, no, that'll work. And this is just going to come in here. And see, now that is giving me a collage type look. You know what? I like this so much that I think I might use that one on the inside as well. All right. So, but you kind of need to have a focal point. And actually, if you see this up close, it looks really quite pretty. So I thought, well, you know, I can come in with the sketched butterflies. And I think that might be the one to do. And I'm going to come in with this particular one, this medium size one. And I'm actually going to do that in Memento. I think it's going to add an awful lot to it. So let's just come in. Now I'm going to put this up here because I thought the sentiment could go down below. So see how that's starting to just sort of do a little bit with it. And you know what? I can come in and maybe put some of that Coastal Cabana within the leaves. There's an awful lot of coloring behind there. Now, like I say, with collage, you can do an awful lot of other things with it. So I'm just going to get that. I just want to make a bit of a, there we go. And it's really starting to come together. Now, this one, we did those words. Now, this sketched butterfly also has some of these. And I thought maybe what I could do is come in and just get a bit of the Coastal Cabana and maybe some Highland Heather. Let's go here in the middle. And on the outer part of the wings, we'll put the Highland Heather. Say I'm using a lot of different colors on here. I just want to show that you can do a collage with the dark as well, or with lighter colors. So that's just going to go like that. Put some of that there. See how that's just going to come over top and just do a tiny bit there. I don't know if that's supposed to come out. No, I don't think so. So, I mean, I could have also, and I think I'll do that. There's just a bit more color here. And there we go. A real mess going over on the side here. All right, so there we go. We're going to put that possibly on there. We're not sure yet. All right, so we do have a lot of blotching going on. We've got words going on, and that's usually what happens with a collage sort of thing. Now, I use watercolor paper. So what I want to do is I also want to come in, and I'm hoping that this will work. I'm just going to get some water in here. Oh, that's going to have a pink tone to it, but that's okay. And I'm just going to splot here. That should lift some of that color, but I don't think it's going to because it was on the watercolor paper. You know what? When in doubt, we're going to come in with a fresh freesia color, and I'm going to actually blend some blends in here. I want this to look really like all over the page. This is an artist. Well, I'm not the artist, but this will give a little bit splots there. We do not have any of the Coastal Cabana blends, but the Summer Splash will work good in there. Let's just do that. There we go. And now what we can do is we can now start layering that onto a card. Now this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then I do have some fresh freesia. I'll show you these colors here. I've got the Coastal Cabana. And this is a regular card piece, which is 5.5 by 8.5. You know what? I'm just going to come in here and just clean this part off. There we go. Like that. We have some fresh freesia, and that's going to bring out that color right there. Just like that. And then there is our collage. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting that on there. Now, I am wanting to put some ribbon on here, and I'm thinking I want to do a certain thing. I don't know if it's going to work. So, like I say, we don't know really what I'm going to do until I do it, right? So this is just like a clean collage, but it's, there we go. Just going to put that on there. Now, you know what? I think in order to bring that so that I was originally going to do the sentiment on this Coastal Cabana. Let me see, this is going to go on here maybe. This might go on there. We don't know yet. But I was thinking to myself, what might even look the best on here is to use a basic black on there with the sentiment. So I have, see, I'm thinking that or this. Let me see. Actually, it'll look really pretty with this one on there. So maybe I will do this. But I might do the words in black. That's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So I've got my embossing buddy. You've never done a collage. That's really different because collage is one of those ones that you just, it's definitely an artist one there. Now the words I thought, and the sketched butterflies I think has the best words of all. There could be a thank you or thinking of you. I always associate butterflies as a thinking of you type stamp. So I don't know why, but let's go ahead and put that on there. I'm going to use some Versamark on there. Here we go. Now, do I do that in black or do I do that in white? This is kind of crooked. So let's go here. You know what? I'm going to try black and I'm going to try white because I'm not sure which one I'm going to like the best. I'm hoping the white works personally. And I'm just now going to come in and I'm going to heat set them both at the same time. So let's just do that. Come in with the white. Wow. Yeah. It is a technique that has been around for a lot. Yes, a lot of artists do it. This works really, really well with mixed media as well. Yeah, I've got that like that. So make sure that that's okay. And we'll just go ahead and heat set this. But this is quite subtle when you go ahead and do this technique with the subtle colors. I brought out Pretty in Pink as well, and I decided not to use it. So let's see. So we'll just see which one we like the best on there. I wasn't wanting to set. There we go. All right. So let's see. Do I want to do it with black? Or do I want to do it with white? I am thinking the black is definitely going to show up. That allows for that black butterfly. But what I want to do is I kind of wanted this to be a straight edge, and I'll show you the reason why. I'm not sure if I'm frozen. Nothing says. I'm not getting any updates, so I'm hoping. Can somebody let me know if I'm frozen? I'm hoping not. My internet looks good. So awesome. So, okay, so I'm just going to cut this like this. Like this. I'm going to cut this. We're going to see if this is going to work because I have an idea what I want to do. And I'm fine in Ontario. I know they're sure having issues with internet all over the place. I have a booster sitting down here, so am I wanting that to go there? Yes. I'm going to trim this off just a bit more, but I'm thinking the black. Yeah, not frozen in Abbotsford. Thanks. It might have been just a thing if you had a clap of thunder or some sort of thing there. Okay. Now, this doesn't go. It's not the same, but I can get away with it. This is the Summer Splash. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to put a strip of the tear and tape right on the edge here. I'll take this off. You prefer the black. Yeah, I'm thinking the black. I do like the white, but that's for a different look in itself. So I'm just going to come and I'm just going to put this down here like this. We're going to see how this works. We might just take it off completely like I do quite often, right? And my ribbon scissors are at the other end of the table. So if I go get those for my class tomorrow, what's going to happen is that I'm going to be walking back and forth again. All right. And then all I want to do is I just want to trim this off here. Just like that. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to fray this ribbon. Just like that. And that kind of just gives me a bit of a fray. You know what? I think I could bring that down just a bit more. Just like that. Just a different sort of look. Oh, now we got a real mess going here. You know what? I'm going to do it again. But this way I'm going to give a bit more. Oh, it's been storming. So that might be the reason why I froze on your screen there, Leona. And I'm sure on the replay you'll find that there's no freezing on there. Okay, so here we're starting again because I kind of cut a little bit too much off of there. So just going here, just going to cut off this stitched edge. Just like that. And then just come, and I'm going to hold that down. Whoa, look at that. See, great plans, but they're not working. You know what I can do to get that so that's going to stay? Let's get that straight. Just like that. And I can do a haircut on it after. And then I'm going to come back in with that tear and tape, and I'm going to secure it down. That'll keep it so it won't come off. All right. Yeah, summer storms around here are quite dangerous because that means that we'd have forest fires. So, all right. So let's just go and give that a bit of a haircut. We've got a real mess going for me on the table here. I'm going to end up probably cutting this whole thing off. There we go. There we go. Now this is just going to come like this. And I think what we can do is we can pop that up in such a way that it's going to be underneath there. Yeah. I'm wanting to get that straight, and I'm thinking I'm going to keep cutting it, and it's going to, there we go. All right. So like I say, you can take out any stamp set and just stamp parts of it, and it gives you that collage look. You can, you want words in there. Sometimes if you have some of the older stamp sets, I'm trying to think of some that had some amazing words that you could use for, they were definitely, they dictated to do a collage. Unfortunately, there's nothing really in this set of them right now. So we've got this thinking of you. Let's go ahead and put this up here. We're going to put one of these over here as well, or maybe over here. So I'm actually going to come in with a glue dot there. Thank you. Well, bottom of the line is what happens with this is it's just giving us a different look to a collage, right? So, like I say, most of the time I've done any kind of collage, I've used very, very neutral colors. Get that going up. And I've used, yeah, not as many of these stamps, but I think this worked with these stamps. You can't even really see what stamps I used on there except for that sketched butterfly. There we go there. So we've got some ribbon there. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put some embellishments on there. And, you know, this might be really good to just put this one on because they're quite subtle. And these colors, even though they're not the colors I used, I can get away with using these colors. So I'm going to use, this is, let's use another one that I've done. I've sure used a lot of different ones and haven't used them all up. So I am actually, this is the, here, let's go here. And you know what? I really think that I could turn around and use a lot of different colors on this one. I'm going to use 5. It's my thought. And let's go back and we can, because all those colors are kind of picked up in there. And I think we can use another one of these. There we go, right there. All right, so that's coming around, and then we want to do the inside of the card. And remember I said I was going to just put that splotch in there, and that's maybe what all I'm going to do is just put that one splotch in there. Ah, thanks, Marilyn. Thanks, you guys. All right, so I'm just going to come in with this, and I should, you know what, I'll be mad if this doesn't work. So I'm going to put this with that paper piecing mat, and we're just going to put that there, and that's all we're going to do on the inside. So Collage Technique with all these different, how many stamp sets did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stamp sets. So use that. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to write all these ones down. So Lovely and Sweet, Hope You Know, Spotlight on Nature, Of Heart and Texture, and the Sketch Butterflies. And that's exactly what I said in here. You can use whatever colors that you want. You could do this really quite bright. It would be really nice to have them done in quite bright colors instead of quite this. But this one, even though I did lots of stamping on it, it really doesn't look like that much stamping on it. So I hope you like that. Now, remember, it's going to go on in my Facebook group, and that link is down below at 9:05 tomorrow morning. And basically, yeah, it's going to be there. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. And remember to create, because it's great for the soul. Now, as far as my mystery goes, tomorrow I am going to be late because I have an in-person class tomorrow. So I'm going to schedule it for 4:15 to 4:30 tomorrow. I'll be going live. All right, you guys. Bye for now.